Alright, so I made some changes. I told you I made some changes, and I wanted to show you my changes real quick. I'm pretty proud of them. I think they're really cool. It's a semi-failed idea, but I have a resolution that will cost no more electricity, which is good because currently, right now, I'm sitting at a 60-watt light bulb equivalent running all, 24 hours a day. So anyway, here we go. Same thing, you remember? Okay, on the back wall there, got our trellis and our strawberry and our primary vegetable there, and then our herb garden over here. But you might notice underneath the herb garden, there's no more drain. And if we look down in the corner there, there's no more sump. So, that's because it's all right here. My additions are these two beds up here. Okay, these are aeroponic beds. There's about 5 inches of water in there, and it's aerated. So there's air lines with air stone running into there. I don't know if you can actually see. Got celery here we're trying out. These are actually tulips that Alex asked me to water one day. I watered, and a day later they kind of died, so I figured, screw it, we'll experiment, see if anything happens. They're bulbs. We should just be able to cut them off and they should regrow. I don't know. Looks like there's a little bit of nubby growth down there. Anyway, green onions. I got 5 green onion in here, 1 scallion. Trooper basil, still kind of hanging out. This bed right here has, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 4, 22-inch pots in it. This bed right here has 9 3-inch pots in it. They're both aerated. You see I've got a drain tied in here. The drain comes together and runs into the back where it wraps around and drains back into the main system. They're leveling drains, so that way the fluid level inside the beds remains constant. The reason I did that is primarily because the last time we had a rain, they flooded, and I lost a whole bunch of nutrient water, which is crappy because it's not exactly cheap. This one here, as you can see, maybe you can't see, but the fluid level is a little on the low side, but that's just because I don't have the recirculation pump running right now. In my little Jiffy greenhouse here, I just put them in yesterday. We've got some, I don't know if you can see it, green bell peppers. I guess you can't see the labels. We got green bell pepper up top, jalapeno in the middle, and habanero in the bottom. I just put those seeds in the ground yesterday, or in the dirt yesterday, so they're about 3 weeks away from getting ready to go into the hydro system. So anyway, this over here is a deep water culture. Okay, you see it's substantially deeper. There's 18 gallons of water in here. It is also aerated. Put you down in there. It is also aerated. Okay, there's Campari tomato in here right now. Same deal. I've got a drain that drains it back into the main system. Okay. This clamp is on here just because I'm waiting for my silicone to dry, and I didn't want the plants to be without fluid for very long, so I filled it back up and fired it up and put the clamp on just so it wouldn't leak while I was waiting for everything to dry. The other thing you might notice is that there's this little half-inch pipe, right? It's dumping into here, right up top here. Okay. Now what this is why I say it was a failed attempt. Because I have operating, okay, my same 250 gallon an hour pump in my same 5-gallon sump, okay. The water runs up this line here, sorry about the shaky camera, okay, and then back here you see I've got a T going on. It runs up here, across this line, and into the hydroponic garden, and then up here to this valve, which is turned off at the time being, to this T, where nutrient solution should be dumped into the aeroponic beds and the deep water culture bed. The problem is it's a 250 gallon an hour volume pump, not a pressure pump, so we're pushing water against gravity, and it's not moving quite enough water for it to be functional, and it was taking away too much water from the hydroponic garden, so that's why I have it shut off right now. But my solution to that, the free solution, is a water tower and feed everything off of gravity. So what I think I'm going to do is rearrange this table a little bit and put another table on top of it, and then on top of that table put a big tote, probably a 10-gallon tote, maybe another 18-gallon tote, and the water will be pumped out of the sump up into that tote and then gravity fed to the rest of the garden. The alternative to that was going to the big leagues, buying a 1,000-gallon-an-hour pump, which is all well and good, but that's 100 watts, so that's a 100-watt light bulb running 24 hours a day. In addition to, you may hear my air pump that I've salvaged. There's my little air pump. Alright, that's pumping about 110 liters a minute. Okay, it pumps air into this splitter, which aerates the sump, the deep water culture, the 2 aeroponic beds, and you can't see it, but you see that there's 2 air lines running in here. One is for the sump. This one's for the sump. This air line has a little regulator valve on it. This aerates the output of the water pump. Okay, so not only is the sump aerated, but the water coming out is re-aerated. So there should be plenty of oxygen-rich nutrient solution flowing through the system. Another minor addition I put in here is I just tapped a little gate valve in. Okay, and I did that for a multitude of reasons. A, because, well, you can't see it behind the fake plant, which doesn't count. We'll come over here and I'll show you real quick. Sorry about the mess. I just finished this project up, and I haven't finished cleaning up. Bruce's carrot. Over here, we've got some plant in the dirt still. So here's a basil. This is what a basil is supposed to look like. A parsley, which needs a little bit of water. We'll put some water in here, and in about 2 hours it'll perk right back up. We're not really sure what this is, to be perfectly honest. We were originally told that it was cilantro, but this doesn't at all look like any kind of cilantro that I've ever seen. And then we have a massive dill weed going on here. The dill coming out of this is superb. As you can see, it's come to flower. I'm going to try and get some seeds out of it. But anyway, the reason I put that little tap in there is so I can draw some nutrient solution off and water these guys a couple times a week. With the nutrient solution, as you can tell, they're looking a little on the bleak side. It's time to water again, so that's why I put that little tap in. I'll come back over here and I'll give you a shot of the whole garden all together. Alright, so that's the whole wham bam, thank you ma'am, shabam. I'm getting bit by a mosquito, hold on. Okay. So anyway, that's the garden. Those are the updates. I will make another little video for you when I make the water tower and get our gravity feed going. And then I also watched a very cool video about how to pump water vertically using air. So I could also subsidize some water flow into the water tower with air pressure if need be, instead of adding a bigger pump, which I would like to try and avoid. Because right now, like I said, the water pump is about 20 watts, and the air pump is about 35 watts. So it's right about 60 watts altogether, which is relatively inexpensive. Anyway, that's it.